one of the first rules, it's in a Weird Al Yankovic song, all about the Benjamins. It's all about the Pentiums. It's all about the Pentiums. Don't feed trolls. Don't feed trolls. And yet they are feeding the master troll
Oh
constantly
yeah.
by going and
He is the
complaining. And
troller goat. He is the troller in chief and the goat of trolling. Nobody trolls better. I mean, this is where, remember a couple of weeks ago at the UN General Assembly, all the European leaders walked out of there going, yeah, Trump's with us now. He wants war. This is great. We're all going to war. And it was like, I don't think you got the sarcasm in the boss's voice. He's not giving you your war.
yeah, I know. And like one guy out of all the EU got it. And it's like, yeah, this is not what you think it is. This is not
Right.
war. This is them walking away. So
Yeah.
speaking of walking away then, so back on the shutdown, I was, as though pretty much everybody here probably saw my pictures. I was in DC over the weekend. I was at the Pentagon on Friday, met with Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel, Tony Tata. He said I can acknowledge the meeting, so I'm acknowledging it. And Blaine, no surprise, we haven't had a chance to talk about it in detail, but he basically said, "Yeah, I'm here to start making some changes. We are ending woke." And Pete Hegseth himself tweeted a cartoon earlier today about kicking woke out of the Pentagon. And so I don't think there's any accident that they did this event last week where they say basically, yeah, we're done with woke. If you want to continue to be woke, there's the door. Feel free to take it. We're not gonna do anything to stop you, and we're gonna thank you for your service. I'm sure a lot of generals will end up with really nice medals and
Yeah.
departing gifts and board seats like they always do. Those 4 stars always seem to end up
Yeah.
somewhere like that.
It's
So, but
ridiculous.
yeah, it is ridiculous. But at the same time, they are changing things. And then of course now we have Russ Vogt saying, "Oh yeah, we're looking at some deep cuts." So, and this is a general question, big picture question. Do you think this is finally indicating they have an understanding because they went after USAID, which was never aid, just for the people to
Right.
understand. USAID was the U.S. Agency for International Development. That's euphemism for deep state. Whenever time you see development, see deep state, right? The USAID was the U.S. Agency for International Deep State, right? That's a pretty accurate, I think, description of what it
Yeah.
was. And that was gone. So do you think, Blaine, this is part two of that effort to kind of eradicate the deep state?
Oh no, I absolutely do believe it's part of it. And you see that the deep state NGO corruption, non-governmental organization, for those of you new to those acronyms, but the corruption has moved now to Europe. Europe's NGOs, in the exact same formula that USAID was doing it, tried unsuccessfully, thank goodness, to upend Georgia's democracy last night
Yeah.
with another Maidan-style revolution that Victoria Nuland led in 2014. They basically cooked the elections in favor of Maya Sandu in Moldova. But these types of activities blew up in their face with the election of the new uh, prime minister in the Czech Republic, who's with Hungary and Slovakia in terms of being sovereign nations. So it's not looking good for them. But this is exactly the leadership that's coming out of President Trump. That guys like Fico, Orban, and this new Babic guy are going to be a part of with Nawrocki in Poland.